right, family, what's going on? This is AV.WATCHMEN. You guys are tuned into AV United We Stand. So, like always, I want to say what's up to everybody who is joining in on this podcast. We got Sonia, we got Betty, Ross, Luna, American Hero. Hey, if you guys can hear me pretty good, please press 1. Donna, hey, what's up, sis? Fight for Kids, what's going on?
Purchase your tracks today.
All right, we're gonna give it a few more seconds, and then we'll get on with this this live stream. If you guys can, please click that thumbs up. Christina, Selfish, Sarah, what's going on? All right. So the first thing we're going to go over and talk about is the deputy that you were looking at here on the screen. His name is Angel Reinosa, and he was currently employed with the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department out of Lancaster, California. 4 years ago. I don't believe that he was on his own when he did what he did, and we will get into that here in a second. But he did something that really, truly, honestly messed up a lot of people's lives. And we will get into that here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to play the intro. And hopefully by the time that intro's done, we'll have a few more people in here, and then we're going to go over everything, and we're going to talk about the boys as well. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, everybody here on this live stream. So, like I said, the picture you guys are looking at, this is Deputy Angel Reinosa. And 4 years ago, he did the unthinkable. We're going to get into that right now. All right, Matt, you there?
Yep.
All right, I'm live. So you want to, I'm going to do this live if you want to join.
Oh, well, I'm getting ready to start driving, so I will talk at you later. But in regards to Reinosa, if you go onto our page, you'll see the interview with RX Parris in regards to that in the originals.
Yep. Okay, you guys all hear that? You guys can check out AV News Crew on Facebook, and they have a whole. Is it on Facebook, Matt, or YouTube?
Yes. Yeah, it's on Facebook.
Okay, and they have a whole
Crew page.
story about that as well. All right, Matt.
All right.
Okay, bye. All right, guys. So 4 years ago, Deputy Angel Reinosa decided that, like I said earlier, I don't believe that he did this on his own. I believe there is other people behind what happened. But 4 years ago, he put a call out over the radio and said that he was being shot at and that he was hit by a sniper round that came from an apartment. Let me change that, from a low income apartment complex directly behind the sheriff's department. Now, the reason why I emphasized on low income is because the mayor of Lancaster, California, by the name of RX Parris, he does not want that low income apartment complex directly behind the sheriff's department, overlooking the sheriff's department back parking lot. So 4 years ago, this call comes over the radio that Deputy Angel Reinosa was shot by a sniper round, and I ended up sharing that live feed podcast the day when it happened because I live here in Lancaster. So as soon as that call came over the radio, you guys should know that I'm going to be there, So I took off and I did a live stream that day. And while I was live, I couldn't help to notice how relaxed the sheriff's department, how they were. If there's a sniper out there shooting, you're not going to be sitting out in the middle of the street drinking Starbucks and chilling. You're going to be taking cover. You're going to find out where's that shot coming from. They were just way too relaxed. That's why I knew, wait a minute, there's something going on here. So I ended up sharing that live feed. And on that live feed, I was actually talking about how relaxed they were, how I don't believe that there was a sniper shooting. I think it was all a lie and blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video real quick. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. And we'll get more into it. Give me 1 second. So I had a guy by the name of High Impact Vlogs that ended up sharing the video that I did, and he did a good job of breaking stuff down and investigating as well. We're going to get into that video right now. So just check it out, watch it from beginning to end, and then we'll do a breakdown as well.
All right, guys, you are about to watch the breakdown.
Wait, first, can you guys hear that? Are you guys able to hear what's being shared on that video? Let me make sure. Let me go to audio real quick. Make sure everything is. Let me see here. Let me see if that's going to work.
The huge lie from the Lancaster Sheriff's Department, including the mayor, RX Parris, including the lie from Antelope Valley Hospital, and all the other fake news outlets around the surrounding area of Antelope Valley, California. As you guys know, we were set up and framed by AV Hospital and by the Lancaster Sheriff's Department. They have still not released our video equipment. They're still holding it for evidence, even though a judge would not sign off on a search warrant. Now, in this video, you are about to watch some
and find out why. You guys really got to watch this. Okay, so there's an echo. Give me 1 second here. Let me figure this out. Okay, echo cancellation. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Communication.
major lie surrounding area. area of Antelope Valley, California. As you guys know, we were set up and framed by AV Hospital and by the Lancaster Sheriff's Department. They have still not released our video equipment. They are still holding it for evidence, even though a judge would not sign off on a search warrant. Now, in this video, you are about to watch some major lies by the Lancaster Sheriff's Department and some major lies by RX Parris himself. I'm going to go ahead and share this video, mirror this video, and the main video, the guy who uploaded it, I will share his link in the description. This is just to further the education and to wake up the public by me mirroring this video. Here we go.
Now, let me play this news clip for you, and I want you to ask yourself a simple question. What if everything they're telling you is a lie? Listen closely, because I'm going to break in on some crucial points in the story which solidify in the minds of viewers that this was an actual event, according to the local news, which was then picked up nationally.
Well, breaking news in Lancaster, where a gunman hid and opened fire at a sheriff's station.
Not allegedly hit and open fired.
And a deputy was hit and wounded. CBS 2's Cara Finstrom is live at the scene this morning at Jackman Street and Sierra Highway with the latest on the search for the suspect that continues this morning. Cara.
They are reporting that the deputy was hit and wounded and that there is a manhunt underway for the suspect. This is very important because the punchline comes later.
It does, Suzanne. The sheriff's department here not yet releasing any information about who they think this shooter may be. That search still underway. We do know that the deputy who was wounded is now at home with his family in good spirits. We're told he was treated and released from the hospital.
We do know that the deputy who was wounded was treated and released from the hospital and is at home in good spirits. Guys, this is all really important. These are all absolutes broadcast to the masses.
Behind us here, just beyond those gates, that's where everything took place shortly before 3 in the afternoon yesterday. And here's part of the deputy's call for help.
Take a shot from the north of the Lancaster helipad. Him hitting the right shoulder.
That's the voice of 21-year-old Deputy Angel Reinosa, who had just been shot. He was walking to his car, was right outside the station when he was ambushed.
Not allegedly shot or ambushed. They're treating this like it actually happened.
Fortunately, sheriff officials say he was hit in the shoulder and not seriously wounded.
Now keep that in mind. Sheriff's officials are saying Officer Angel Reinosa was definitely hit in the shoulder. This is very important. It's not just Reinosa saying this. Sheriff's officials and hospital officials are saying all this is true.
He had been working here only about 3 months. Reinosa quickly told deputies he thought the shots had come from a 4-story complex across the street, and the tactical team surrounded and swarmed it. Some of the complexes thought the shots had come from a 4-story complex across the street, and
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? So I paused the video, and for some reason, I don't know why this live stream is acting up. Can you guys hear me now? Press 1. Okay, so the reason why I paused the video is to break this down for you real quick. Now we have Deputy. Did you guys hear the call, the 911 call? Were you guys able to hear that? Where the deputy called over the radio, hey, I'm getting shot at and shots are being fired and I'm hit. Were you guys able to hear that or no? Okay. So if you guys heard that, cool. Now, the reason why I paused the video is to show you this apartment complex. You guys see this apartment complex, right? This apartment complex is overlooking the Lancaster Sheriff's Department, pretty much basically the whole parking lot of the Lancaster Sheriff's Department. Now, I truly don't believe that Angel Reinosa orchestrated this on his own. I believe that there was other powers to be that put this whole thing together, and I'll let you guys be the judge for that yourself once you guys finish watching this video. Now, this video, you can actually find it on my old account that I somehow mysteriously lost connection to. I can't even log into that account no more, but that account is just AV.WATCHMEN. So it's not AV.WATCHMEN, Now That We Stand, the one we're on now. It's just AV.WATCHMEN. Trap Dad, what's going on? Salute to you too. Okay, now take a look at this apartment complex. It's a low-income apartment complex, and on top of that, there's people in there that are receiving like Social Security income. RX Parris himself, which is the mayor of Lancaster, has said multiple times that he does not want this apartment building directly behind the sheriff's department full of people that are basically, low income. And he has stated that before on the record. And then all of a sudden, here we have this mysterious sniper shooting, which I knew was bullshit. I knew it right away that there was something not right, with what happened. Some people do not want this apartment complex behind the sheriff's department. So they came up with this great big story, which was exposed to be a hoax. Now, you guys are going to watch RX Parris even state. You guys notice that the news is sitting there even saying the deputy was shot. The deputy has been shot. They're using words like it actually happened, right? RX Parris himself, which I just found out today, is under federal investigation by the FBI. And there's other council members here in Lancaster that are under federal investigation. I'll tell you guys more. Let's just get back to this story real quick, and then you guys are going to see how it all connects. So let's see. Make sure you guys can hear it. I'm about to press play now.
And the tactical team surrounded and swarmed it. Some of the complex's apartments house people who are dealing with mental illness, and Lancaster's mayor immediately tactical teams.
Okay, listen to this part. Really good. Listen to how they emphasize on this. Listen.
He had been working here only about 3 months. Reinosa quickly told deputies he thought the shots had come from a 4-story complex across the street, and the tactical team surrounded and swarmed it. Some of the complex's apartments house people who are dealing with mental illness, and Lancaster's mayor immediately voiced his concerns about it towering over the sheriff's station. Sheriff officials have not said whether or not they think the suspect lives there. Right after the distress call, deputies ran out to help.
It's a building filled with people who are being treated for mental illness. Of course it's a concern.
Nah.
That was RX Parris. Echo. I'm sorry that there's an echo. I don't know why it's doing that, guys. I really do apologize. For some reason, it wants to act up all of a sudden that we're doing this live stream. So that guy that you just seen was RX Parris. And you guys just heard what the news said. Hopefully you guys are able to hear that it's a building that has basically mental people in there. They don't want it there. Someone at the hospital decided that they were not going to play alone with this fabricated hoax. I'm sorry about that echo, guys. Let me try to do one more thing to see if I could get this audio to actually work the right way. Let me see here. I don't know why it's doing that crap for. Let me try one more time. Here we go. Let me turn that off. Okay. I'm going to hit play again.
Is he talking?
Still not working. But let me just rewind it a tiny bit. You're just going to have to deal with it, guys. I'm sorry about that echo. Next live stream, hopefully it'll be fixed.
Officials have not said whether or not they think the suspect lives there. Right after the distress call, deputies ran out to help.
It's a building filled with people who are being treated for mental illness. Of course it's a concern.
Now, is he talking about the building across the street or the sheriff's office?
Of course it's insanity to allow such a facility to exist in that particular location.
Actually, there's something else we're going to learn in a minute that's even more insane than that, Rex.
About 80 people living in the building were taken by buses to a Red Cross evacuation center. The SWAT team was done sweeping through it by about midnight. We have not yet gotten any kind of a suspect description from detectives. Now, the mayor also said that it was very fortunate the deputy had not yet taken off his bulletproof vest. Marco Suzanne, he said that he was about to do that, and if he had, the situation could have been much worse.
Oh, you guys can hear that, right? All right. Yeah, I feel bad that there's this echo, man. I freaking feel horrible about it. But so this was all planned and set up. And all the people that lived in that apartment complex, you notice that the mayor just said a facility, like it's some type of freaking mental facility or mental hospital or something like that. It's a housing place. It's where people live. They took over 80 families out of that apartment complex over a lie, over a hoax. And Parris himself has been stressing it continuously how that place should not be there. And that's why I truly believe that there is more higher powers to be that helped orchestrate this. They don't want people there at all. I'm going to hit play. And you're going to hear some more crap that comes out of his mouth right now, too. Give me 1 second.
A lot of news outlets covered this, guys, but I'm only going to play one more, and then we'll get to the punchline.
Well, Ellen, I'm in City Hall. We are expecting the sheriff to arrive here any minute and hold a press conference and update. We heard from the mayor about a half an hour ago. He says he was in the emergency room with the deputy who was shot. Reportedly, that deputy was conscious, breathing, but in a lot of pain, as you can imagine.
A lot of pain, as you can imagine.
It appears that the shooting was a random act, not necessarily directed at that specific deputy, but the mayor says it was very difficult to go and meet that deputy, see him in so much pain. He's a young deputy, a rookie, and the fact that he was shot in the chest was very troubling to him. Take a listen as to what he had to say.
Fortunately, he was wearing a vest. The vest saved his life, but the bullet did deflect into his shoulder. I saw him at the emergency room probably within 20 minutes of the event.
I saw him at the emergency room probably within 20 minutes of the event.
And he was talking. They expected that he was in a great deal of pain, obviously.
Mayor Rex Parris says that he saw that officer in the emergency room after being shot. Keep that in mind, too.
And the mayor also said that deputy was trying to describe what he heard and what he saw, but there was not much to say.
You guys just heard that, right? Let me read through some of your comments. So you guys just heard that the mayor, RX Parris, which, let me remind you, still has not, until this very day, has not went on any news platforms or gave a public apology and told the people of Antelope Valley or anyone in the Los Angeles area at all, hey, I'm sorry for saying the things that I did, and, you know, saying that the deputies, the bullet reflected and went up into his shoulder, how I was in the hospital with him and the deputy was in a lot of pain and blah, 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 blah. He lied. It was all one big old giant pile of horse crap. And that's why I have to ask Mayor RX Parris, were you involved with this scheme, with this hoax? I mean, what would make you go on national TV and back up this deputy's claims that he was shot by a sniper round, and how the vest saved his life, and how the bullet ricocheted off and went up into his shoulder? And you were in the hospital with him, and you've seen him in an extreme amount of pain. And it was all one big giant hoax, one big giant lie. And then they wonder why the people do not trust cops. What happened? And they still haven't came out and apologized and said, hey, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And then guess what? Even with this big old hoax and it coming out as it being a hoax and all this other stuff, Angel Reinosa, he only got 100 hours of community service. 100 hours of community service. And they're saying he needs to pay $500,000 in restitution. Of course, the body cam was off. And I want to know, how does he stay the mayor year after year after year after year after year? How does he do that? It's just disgusting. And the people, the Los Angeles area, and now people that are even out of the area want to know, why and were you involved with this hoax? And I'm pretty sure he's going to see this. One of his little puppets will send him the link. And so, yeah, we the people want to know, were you involved with this hoax? And it is corruption, in Sherry's opinion. And what else are they lying about? I mean, there's children out here that are vanishing left and right. And what's being done about that? There's motels that are active out here for trafficking, and what's being done about that? Nothing at all. Right? But yet, guess what? I get arrested for pointing the camera at deputies and holding them accountable. And guess what else? They put a felony on my record, which is getting taken off, but that's besides the point. They still put a felony on my record for pointing cameras, and you were on private property. Oh, God. Yeah, here we got this guy and this big old giant scheme they try to put together, and he gets 100 hours of community service. Boo-hoo-hoo. Right? Well, like I was saying, somebody at the hospital did not want to play along with this cover-up. And so the truth came out. that Reinosa was never shot. This moron took a pin and lightly stabbed himself in his upper shoulder for some odd reason. He took a pin and cut himself with the pin and said it was a gunshot wound. Go figure that out. And then we have Parris backing him up on that story. And then we have Channel 5, Channel 2, Channel 11, and all these other mainstream media outlets saying most definitely he was shot by a sniper round. All right, let's hit play. That way you guys can see how it how the story breaks down and how it came out, the truth.
Much, you know, as Chris Christie and as David and Alan, you've been talking about that shooter. Fourth story window, acting as a sniper. So very little information to go on. They are reportedly going through that building, searching for the suspect. As far as people in this area in Lancaster, the mayor is asking people to avoid the downtown area, but also stresses that their lives are not at risk and the target is contained at this hour. We're going to bring you that live press conference once the sheriff arrives, hopefully in the next few minutes or so.
The target is contained. I think she meant threat. This story, guys. Aside from SWAT pouring into the streets, violating everybody's Fourth Amendment rights in that apartment complex while they search for said sniper and pointing their guns and endangering lives, other than those facts, everything else was a bold-faced lie. A freaking lie! Fake news! Local and national news reported that Angel Reinosa was shot by a sniper. Now, before I read you this story from the New York Post, I can't drive the point home hard enough that this was reported as gospel truth. There was no talk of an alleged sniper or an alleged shooting. It was packaged as, this is what happened. Take our word for it. There's a manhunt on the way. One of our sheriff's deputies got shot. We're talking about a ton of resources being used to find a guy that never shot anybody. Matter of fact, the guy didn't even exist. The New York Post reports a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy completely fabricated a report that he was shot by a sniper, slashing his own shirt to appear as if he were struck by gunfire. Deputy Angel Reinosa, 21, initially claimed that a sniper shot him Wednesday while he was unloading his patrol car at the Lancaster station parking lot. He told dispatchers that he was struck in the shoulder by gunfire from an open window of a nearby apartment building. But his story started to unravel as soon as he arrived at the emergency room, where it was apparent that he wasn't injured, authorities said. Apparent that he wasn't injured as soon as he arrived at the emergency room? Wait a minute. It was reported that officials said he was indeed shot and that the hospital treated and released him. So now we have a lie within a lie? Remember what Rex Parris said? He saw him 20 minutes after he was shot and he was in a great deal of pain. Who was it that reported this? On what basis did they deliver this report to the news? Did the news station make this up? Was there a doctor in the hospital who wasn't willing to play along as they attempted to fabricate yet another shooting with a rifle in order to further their nationwide quest to confiscate all rifles? Officers investigating the supposed attack were unable to recover any bullets at the scene or locate the sniper. In a follow-up interview, Reinosa admitted to making up the alleged attack and using a knife to cut 2 holes in a shirt. There was no sniper, no shots fired, and no gunshot injuries sustained to his shoulder. Completely fabricated, LA County Sheriff's Homicide Bureau Captain Kent Wegner said Saturday night at a press conference. But wait a minute. The mayor of Lancaster said he saw Reinosa in the hospital, quote, obviously in a lot of pain 20 minutes after the shooting. Guys, you know what this looks like? And I'm not making any assertions here, YouTube. But it looks to me like they were concocting another plan to add to their feeble arguments to continue to violate the Second Amendment and the Fourth Amendment. They say Reinosa has been relieved of his duties and will face a criminal investigation. In other words, rest assured, we're going to conduct an internal investigation on ourselves, and we'll let you know what we come up with. And they say the building across from the sheriff's department is filled with mentally ill people. Maybe they should look in the mirror every now and then. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments.
All right, were you guys able to hear that? Let me see. I'm gonna read through your comments real quick. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to one more video. Let me see here. And hopefully by the time we get to the next live stream that I'm going to do, we'll have this whole echo crap figured out. But yeah, so they came up with this. Yeah, they should be locked up, Sherry. And then, you know, they wonder why. How come the public doesn't trust us? And I've said it a lot of times before. I know there has to be some good guys out there that want to do the right thing. But those good guys, they get shut down by the bad ones. And there happens to be a lot of bad deputies. Maybe years ago, maybe it wasn't like that. Maybe they actually, you know, were honorable and, you know, they wanted to do the right thing. But something has happened along the way where evil has literally, basically, just running rampant. And they can set up whoever they want to set up, frame whoever they want to frame. And that's why it's so important to, I'm using the laptop with the microphone in order for you guys to hear the video, because for some reason it's not letting the sound come through in the video without me using the microphone, or I would mute myself. And that's exactly what they did. And a lot of people that lived in those apartment complexes, they were already, you know, having issues, and it's just sad what they had to go through. I mean, they took senior citizens out middle of the night and threw them on a bus. 70, 80-year-old people, throwing them on a bus and pulling them out of their houses and their apartments and just everything. Yeah, I'm sorry about that echo, but let me show you guys this last video, and this is going to be a Villanueva talking about Reinosa. Here we go.
Progressed. I'm out of the situation as our
special enforcement bureau. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me make sure that. Okay, it's showing. I gotta fix this. The only way to probably fix this is by ending this live stream, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's just get through this video real quick.
The operation progressed. I'm out of the situation as our Special Enforcement Bureau and station personnel handled the situation. This went late into the night, I believe until 4 in the morning. As the tactical situation transitioned into an investigative level, I had some concerns about what was reported to me. However, I did not want to interfere with the integrity of the investigation. Over the next 72 hours, our homicide investigators were among the best detectives in the world. They conducted interviews, collected evidence, and conducted forensic analysis. They were well aware of the community concerns and need for answers, so they worked tirelessly around the clock, as they often do with these cases. By Saturday, evidence examination established a need to interview Deputy Reinosa, at which time he admitted that he had not been shot. By Saturday evening, it was apparent that the shooting was a hoax. And even though I wasn't able to be at the news conference, I knew the information had to be disseminated to put the community at ease. Rather than wait until I was available, I requested that Homicide Bureau Captain, my assistant sheriff, break the news
exactly,
to the public. And
Pat.
that's why you saw that press conference at 11 at night.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share these streams in this video. That way you guys can go back and take a look again if you want, if you're having a hard time hearing it. But here we have the head sheriff declaring that yes, it was a hoax, but yet we have the mayor himself, RX Parris, claiming that he went to the hospital 20 minutes after this shooting happened, and Reinosa was in an extreme amount of pain, and how the bullet ricocheted off and went into his shoulder. That's why I strongly believe, and this is me, and I have the right to believe, that you, Parris, you somehow were involved with this crap. I mean, there's a reason why there's a federal investigation now into you. And when that day comes, when they put them federal handcuffs on you, I'm going to make sure I'm the first person in line with my camera on telling you, I told you so. I told you so. You guys are corrupt. And I see it happen daily out here. I see it. I see the corruption all the time. There's a few of them that are out here that I can tell that actually care about what's going on. And I've talked to a few deputies that they're scared. And I've told them already, like, what? You just need to come out and tell the truth. They're scared. I'm going to be putting something else out here really soon, too. I really don't want to get into it yet. But there's something that I'm going to be putting out really, really soon. And that is going to get a lot of these guys in some deep, hot water. Especially once they get the last part of this puzzle. Because these deputies, they shouldn't be deputies at all. If they lie about this, what else are they lying about? What else are they lying about? And, oh yeah, real soon we're going to be talking about that. But what we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and end those videos here. We won't look at them no more because I already know that echo must be killing people. I don't like when stuff like that happens. But we will do another live stream probably tomorrow, and hopefully it will be fixed. But we're not getting off just yet. Let's talk about the boys. Now, as you guys know, that there is another court date that just passed. It seems like it's going to be very hard to release a lot of information with what's going on in the courtroom with the boys. I know a lot of people want to know. I mean, I want to know. All you guys want to know what's happening, but it's really on the hush hush, like super hush hush. And it almost seems like we're not going to find out anything until it's completely over. And maybe then they will start releasing the interviews and the live recordings from within the courthouse, within the trial, and things like that. From my understanding, there is a link that people are able to go to, and supposedly it's audio where you can hear the actual court proceeding, but they have a penal code, a law on there stating that you cannot broadcast what's being said within that courtroom. I don't even think, has anybody found that yet? I mean, I heard about this link, and I know a few people were looking for it, but I don't think they were able to actually find it. And I get it. I mean, it sucks. We want to know what's going on and, you know, what's happening in there. As of right now, too, even with Matthew Wallace, AV News Crew, and his wife, Apple, they even had a hard time getting to that last court date because of the snow. I mean, the freeways are blocked, and You can't control that. You can't get there. You can't get there. But yeah, it sucks. Let me see. Let me read this real quick. Hold on. Hopefully, if they do put this link up for audio, I'll share it on a community post. That'd be cool. Fight for kids. Yeah. Bad step to those babies. Yeah, it sucks, but I really wish I could have more to put out there and let you guys know exactly what's happening with that case with Trezell and Jacqueline. They're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, I hope not. And I don't think they're going to be getting any bail or anything like that. Let me see here. But yeah, what do you guys think about that whole story with Angel Reinosa and with the mayor, RX Parris, making the claims that he did, saying that he's seen the deputy? Oh yeah, there's a lot of people, baby love, out here that they have literally destroyed their whole family purposely. I think it's hidden. Let me see. I think it's hidden because they're working with CPS. Real bad stuff to those babies. Yeah. I mean, that's true. They did do horrible things to the boys. Horrible. And it sucks. Jennifer's in here. Miss Williams. Let me see. They're going to jail forever, so the case seems pretty much done. I want to show you guys these other videos. I just don't want to do that whole echo crap, man. Let me fix this system. And I might have to reboot and start over. Let me see here. Really can't get into the details on that, Mar. But I'm really, once it's over, then once all the court dates are over, then I'm pretty sure, it's going to be out there online for everybody could, see everything that's going on from the beginning to the end. Hey, thank you, baby love, for doing that. Appreciate you. Hold on, I'm looking something up right now. Give me 1 second, family. Sherry said, I don't mind the echo. I get it. Some people do, though. Like, Gail Thornberry, what's up? There are two evil individuals. Parris and those two more precious. That's true, Jules. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another podcast, but it's gonna be later on this evening, probably around 6 o'clock. Out here in California time. And the next one I do, I'll make sure that this stuff is working correctly, and then I will also share the link. That way you guys could join in and talk. bring up whatever you want to bring up. We're going to go over a few other videos that none of you guys has ever seen before. I found the SD card I had them on, so I'm going to pop that in, probably upload those videos, and we're going to look at some brand new footage that you guys haven't seen. And I will share the link. That way you guys can join and, talk about it. 20:37 now. I'll be asleep. Oh, that sucks. But at least the live will be up tomorrow. That way you can check it out. Let me see here. It's been 3 years in foster care. Trouble in foster care. It was horrible. I mean, I've heard, different stories about the foster system. Some have different stories and say it was great, that nothing ever happened to them. But for the most part, a lot of people I've talked to, they all have like nightmarish stories. Let me see here. All right, family. I will see you guys at 6. I'm going to put together this video and then we'll be back live again. So hopefully you guys can tune in. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll see you at 6 o'clock.